Nikki Jabor for SavvyGardening.com, and today I want to show you how to do a really easy DIY which lets you sow seeds even when it's winter. So this is a trick that was taught to me by my good friend and Savvy Gardening partner Jessica Walliser, and I'm going to winter sow onion seeds today. And you can tell there's snow outside. I mean, I'm inside my polytunnel right now. The glass is frosted, it's very cold, but that's okay. I can still sow seeds for spring. So I'm going to show you how to sow onions, but this also works for broccoli, kale, cabbage, and many perennial flowers like milkweed. All right, you ready to get started? Let's start by gathering our supplies. So first I have containers. I've gathered up some recycled water jugs I'm going to put to good use here. You could also use clear salad containers, milk jugs, any type of clear or opaque container will do. And at the bottom I've drilled a bunch of little holes with a drill and probably about 20 little holes in the bottom of this guy. You want to make sure it has good drainage because you're going to leave the top open throughout the winter, and if water and snow gets in, you want to make sure it's got a place to drain so it doesn't drown your little seeds. Also, before I filled them with soil, I cut them like this and left a little hinge, as you can see. So that way I have a little greenhouse. It makes it easy to fill up with the potting mix, which you also need to gather, some high quality potting mix. It's been pre-moistened, so it's ready for sowing. And then once I have sown my seeds, I'll just put the top back on like that and a little bit of tape to hold it in place. And then it's going to hold that moisture and let these seeds germinate when they're ready. And that's the beauty of winter sowing. I'm sowing cold tolerant plants like the onion seeds I'm about to sow, and they're going to germinate when the light and temperature conditions are right. So it's a very easy way to sow seeds, especially if you don't have a place inside with grow lights where you can sow seeds. You can plant these seeds up in containers like this, put them on a deck or a patio, and leave them for a couple months. And when the conditions are right, they'll sprout and you'll have beautiful seedlings to move to your garden in the spring. Now that I've got holes in the bottom of this container, you can see all the little holes I drilled there in the bottom, let's turn this into one of our mini greenhouses for winter sowing. So you want to start by cutting a little slit in the greenhouse, about 4 inches up or so, and then just cut all around, except for you do want to leave a little hinge at the back. So I'm going to cut to there, and then I'm going to come on the other side here and cut around until I almost meet that same section. And this does not have to be perfect. That's one of the great things about winter sowing. So there you go, I've got my little hinge like this, and now we can fill it up with some potting mix. So we're just going to fill this up with enough potting mix that it's about 3 or 4 inches deep at the bottom. As I mentioned earlier, I did pre-moisten this potting mix. There we go, very easy to do. All right, now I think we're going to be ready to sow our seeds. So I've got 3 different kinds of onions I want to grow this spring. I'm sure I'll grow even more. I'm going to pour some onion seeds here into my hand. Not too many, I'll probably put around 20, 25 in here. And I'm just going to sprinkle them here in the potting mix, spacing them as best I can. And then I'm going to press them down gently to ensure good soil seed contact, and then just kind of lightly cover them with a bit of the potting mix. And you know what? That's planted. I mean, how easy was that for winter sowing? Now I'm just going to stick a piece of tape onto this. Doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to keep it a little bit shut. Just like that. Perfect. It's not airtight, but that's perfectly fine because it's going to be out in the cold temperatures anyway, and it just allows a little more ventilation if need be. So this one is planted and ready to go. The only thing I still need to do is label it. That was quick, that was easy, and now I have a container of onion seeds that are going to basically sit tight all winter long until the conditions are right for them to germinate, and then I can transplant them into my garden beds when spring finally does arrive. And the great thing about winter sowing too is that you don't have to harden off the seedlings. Because they're growing outside in the winter in these little containers, they're ready to go in your garden as soon as you're ready to move them there. Are you going to try any winter sowing in your garden this year?